Hey, what's up, YouTube? Um, I'm going to try and start off some things. Um, recently, um, sorry, my ear itches. Recently, I was on one of my pages, Inspirational Words for the Depressed, and I was writing something down. I don't remember what it was. Oh yeah, like, um, give your life meaning or something like that. Um, because I always come up with a phrase that I have no meaning for, and I try to come up with a meaning for it so it has a purpose. It has a purpose on this planet. It has a purpose in life. Oh, I'm so sorry, my ear itches. Anyways, um, uh, um, I started thinking. Not everyone does this. Not everyone can do this. Not everyone can give a purpose to someone. And so I started to think, how can I help you? How? And then I thought, well, I really can't because I am not you. I can't help you with something that is complete mental, like brain. I'm not saying crazy. Um, um, but I was thinking, what if I could help you suppress that mental feeling that everything is going to be okay? Like, no, sorry, no. Like, everything is gonna be, like, everything is gonna come out wrong. What if I could help you just suppress that feeling? What if I could help you feel like everything, and now I say this in truth, is going to be alright? I had that backwards earlier. I'm completely sorry about that. But I started thinking that the human mind is something that man will never truly understand. Something that only one can understand about itself. Yet we have no idea what's going up in this giant hollow space. um, um, I've been trying to kind of figure out how I can help people. Like for like people coming out and stuff. Like a lot of people doing this, they think it's scary, and don't get me wrong, it is scary. I've come out personally to myself, and I was terrified. Oh God, I felt like my heart was gonna jump through my throat. I It felt like I really just wanted to put myself in my trash can. I was terrified. I was peeling potatoes, and oh man, I felt like I wanted to stab myself with my own peeler, but I couldn't. It wasn't sharp. um, yeah. But what I tell myself on a daily basis is my parents love me. Now, some aren't as accepting as others, but you are a friend. You are a son or a daughter. You are a niece or a nephew, an uncle or an aunt, a grandmother or a grandfather, and on and on and on it goes. It doesn't matter what you are, but it matters who you are. Because, say, if my mother wasn't accepting as of gay people, she would still love me because of who I am. I mean, she may not, probably wouldn't have accepted of who I was sleeping with, getting married to, anything like that, but she would have loved me. She would have come to my wedding. She would have done all that good stuff, but she wouldn't accept it. Now, if your parents aren't accepting, that doesn't mean they're going to hate you. They may be a bit angry, but even anger can go away. It may take a few lifetimes, but it can. I know that's not really what you want to hear with anger, with a few lifetimes, but anger cannot stay. Because if your parents truly love you, or your friends are true friends, or something, they're gonna love you. Even if they aren't accepting, they're still gonna love you. And, sorry, my chair's a little bit off center. um, yeah. Now, you may be like someone whose parents are. Now, I'm not saying this because I have very good Christian friends who know I'm gay and they're accepting. They believe in what Jesus said, love. But they may be zealots, basically. Christian zealots who go so far against it that they would beat you. Well, I would get it if you're terrified there. I mean, I know this isn't something you probably want to hear, but I've had friends that were almost killed by their parents for this, for coming out. Um, and they're terrified, so they don't do it. They don't come out. But I, hold on, it's real fast. Okay, there we go. What I told them was they probably still love you. They may feel bad, probably beating the living shit out of you, but they love you. They will always love you. Your mother was probably in that ER for, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 days, maybe just a few hours, maybe a few minutes, in pain, waiting for you to come out, so that she could hold you, so that she could love you, so that she could hold you in her arms. Your mother will love you. Your father, he was probably right by your mother for every second of it. For every morning sickness, for every contraction thing, um, for everything. For labor, for the birthing process, for all of it. He was probably there, waiting to see you. He will always love you. Now they say, oh, I don't accept this, da 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 da. They may get in a giant argument with you about how it's a choice and you need to go back to heterosexualism, stuff like that. But no, it's not a choice. I mean, for very few it is. I mean, there are the pansexuals out there who are gender blind and lean more towards one sex than the other. I'm pansexual myself in a way, but I say gay because I lean more towards men. I'm not afraid to sleep with a woman. I'm not kidding, but I prefer men. Just to say. Um. Uh. With that whole parents thing, I know it's terrifying. I know for a fact. And sometimes you have to come out on a daily basis, even to your parents sometimes, because my parents sometimes forget I'm gay. I'm not kidding. Uh, I've come out. I've come out to my sister, who is not accepting of gay people. She finds it kind of disgusting, um, but she still loves me. She accepts me for who I am. She doesn't accept the people that I love, but she accepts me for who I am. I know it's strange, but some of you understand that, some of you don't, and I'm sorry for those of you who don't. Um, yeah. Um, some just don't understand the fear, the constant fear of being in the closet. I mean, it's like you are, say, okay, like, look where I'm sitting now. This is probably where your parents think you are. You're comfortable, you're safe, you are healthy in your own skin. This is a scale. Now look where I am. I'm all the way back. I'm almost against my wall. There's a table there, so I'm considering it's the back of my wall. You're as far away from them as you can get. You are terrified. Your heart is just beating horribly. You you were terrified. You're living in constant fear. Let me get closer. Ugh. You live in constant fear. It's scary, I know. I was in the closet for quite a few years, but not as much as most human beings. I came out at 12, I think. I don't think it was quite 11. I don't think it was quite. I may have been 11. Who knows? No. Came out in 2013. So yeah, I was 12. It wasn't quite my birthday. But yeah, it's terrifying. You're as far away from this as you can get. They think you're safe. You're not. They think you feel safe. You know, you're in constant fear. And then when your friends start talking about women, oh, how hot they are, or with girls, how hot this guy is, or something like that, and then you live in another constant fear because you think maybe if they don't accept me. And then even if you know they are accepting, it's still terrifying to come out. I mean, I know my mother was going to accept me, but I still thought I was going to die. Yes, my eyes get really wide when I talk sometimes. And sometimes I yell, but I'm sorry for that. You might want to take a few steps from the computer. Yeah. And I know it's really hard for some people. Harder than others. Sometimes it's just point, easy, blank, hey, I'm gay, and then they walk away. Man, that rhymed. um, hate my teeth. Oh, sorry. Um, yeah. But, I know you guys really don't want to hear this. You really don't. But you need to come out. I know it's hard. It is. And like one of my favorite YouTubers, Troye Sivan, said, "You are coming out on a constant daily basis. Constant." Now I'm going to fire off several gay YouTubers that a lot of people follow, and they are most known. Sorry, my hair's in my way. Tyler Oakley. He came out very casual. Casual. He made a music video, and yes, he's gay. Everyone knows it. Joey Graceffa. He came out very casually. Nobody knew. He finally had to post his "Don't Wait" music video, which, by the way, is, if you haven't seen it, please go check it out. It is amazing. A really cute guy kisses him. Yeah, and then the next day, because he was getting so much support, he finally just said, "Yes, I'm gay." That was the actual title of his video. Yes, dot, 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 I'm gay. All caps. I loved it. And he lived in constant fear. And everyone accepted him. Everyone. Now, Shane Dawson. He recently came out, just a few weeks ago, as bisexual. And he denies himself for so long. I mean, his parents were severe Christian, as he recounted, saying that he was terrified, and then that when he did try to come out, everyone said, no, 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 that's not okay. And then years and years later, in his late 20s, after he broke up with, what's her name? Liz Bug, I think her name was. Lindsay or something like that. I don't know. I'm not a big follower of her channel. Sorry. Liz Bug is all I know her by. Anyways, yeah. He denied himself. He told his mother, and she finally accepted him because this is years later. He's come out to the world, and he lived in constant fear for a very long time. Nobody really accepted him. And when he did come out, he got a lot of support because he is loved by a lot of people. His friends, his fans, his family, everyone. He is loved. Now, Lucas Crookshanks, I think that's how you pronounce his last name, or commonly known as Fred to some of you. He was on iCarly, he had his web series Fred, he had those 3 ghastly movies. I'm sorry, Lucas Crookshanks, if you're watching this, I'm not a big fan of Fred. I'm a fan of you, but not a fan of Fred. But, he's gay. And he came out just casual. It was, in bed Q&A with one of his friends. I'm sorry, I don't know your name. I've only seen a few videos with you two before you two, like, broke up your video friendship and then still stayed friends outside. I don't know what happened with you two. I've just heard rumors, but, yeah. He's gay, and it was just, everyone asked him, are you gay? I mean, there were several tweets. Are you gay, or comments, or whatever. And he said, yes. Yeah, I'm gay. And then he just continued on to the next question. And then, let's see, who's another one. So I said Tyler Oakley, Shane Dawson, Joey Graceffa, Mark and Ethan Miller. They're gay, and I don't know when they came out. I started following them. Already into the relationship, very very cute couple, and they love each other, and they're not afraid to show who they are. Their family knows about them. They did a weird challenge with one of his sister and his her boyfriend or husband or something. But yeah, she accepted him. His mother accepted him. They all accept him. Troye Sivan. He's gay. He came out in November of 2012, I believe. And he recounted coming out to his father, and as he said, time just kind of froze. I guess that's for everyone. It did that for me as well. But and then he said, like, he started talking to him, and he said, "Dad," and then like his throat just literally closed off. And I think this happens to a lot of people. It happened to me as well. I can recount to his coming out very well, except, well, I'll have to tell you in a bit. When he went, "Dad, I'm," and then he started tapping his wrist, waiting. He waited about, I don't know, 10-15 seconds. "I'm gay." And then he started crying, which I didn't do. And his dad started crying, and they hugged it out, and then he went and told his mom later on. She already knew. I have to rewatch this video. I haven't seen that in a long time. Connor Franta. He came out as gay recently in the last month. And he started telling his friends and his family, and then he finally told his fans, "Yes, I'm gay," and it was terrifying, and it was very, very beautiful of how he described it. And I'm not saying that just because he's beautiful. Let's see. Who's another one? Oh, what's her name? Big fans. Uh, they're English, I think. One of them's Australian, I think. Okay, I have completely blanked on their name. I'm actually going to put this in any screen, and I'm going to look that up. I'm going to keep this on camera at all times. YouTube. I'm sorry, guys, but my mind has blanked. Let's see. Okay, so there's Troye Sivan, Collins Key, Taylor Davis, LaFon66. He's very, very cute. I never saw his coming out. I did see his video, and it took him years to come out. And then Dan Bryan, that's his and Mallow's account. Mallow, basically, I think it's Bran. He came out to his mother live, and it was very, very beautiful. Actually, I loved it. It was good. Marky Miller is uh, that account of um, I'm sorry, I'm so blanking. Is that account of Mark and Ethan? I'm sorry, guys, but I am trying to find this people. I think I'm just gonna have to be quiet for a second and look. I'm so sorry. Kaylin and Lucy. That's their name. And I actually want you to listen to Kaylin's. Kaylin coming out. Kaylin and Lucy coming out. I guess that's better. Lucy, or her name is Lucy, not Kaylin. I'm sorry. I want you to listen to this real fast. Just like it's very beautiful. It's okay. I'm not gonna show you the whole 14 minutes. Sorry, that's an ad. I'm going to turn that down all the way. Yeah, very, very beautiful coming out story. How she was scared and stuff. Another 10 seconds on the ad. I am so sorry, guys. You can stop this at any time. Of course, it's the internet, and I don't know you, so of course you can stop this at any time. But yeah. Oh, and if my mother comes home, I'm just gonna kind of stop this video. She doesn't know I have a YouTube channel. Yeah. Okay, here it is. I'm so sorry I missed it.
This video is...
Okay, there.
Hi, my name's Lucy, and
just listen to this.
I'm 19. I live in England, and this video is going to be about my coming out story.
Yeah, just
I guess all my life,
walk away. I'm sorry. I know.
I had known that there was something not quite right, but I could never really pinpoint exactly what that was for a very, very long time anyway. I think I was about 15 or 16, and that's usually the age that, you know, all your friends start getting interested in boys, etc. And I think at that point it kind of struck me that I wasn't really interested. I was definitely physically attracted to men, but there was absolutely no emotional attachment whatsoever. So I'd look at a man and be like, he's hot, but that was it. I think it was at that point that I realised that perhaps I was
emotional,
maybe conceivably, possibly gay. I put those words in mainly because I so did not want to be gay that I shut it off and I put it to the back of my head, and I was like, this is not something you should be thinking about. Between the ages of about 15 and 17, they were kind of painful years for me.
So listen to what she said there with the whole emotional thing, the cue, the word, and the whole. I really didn't want to be gay, and I know that is hard. I didn't want to be gay. I still don't want to be gay, but I am. Well, in a way. But yeah, that's very, very keyword. Okay. Oh, sorry, these things.
Ages of about 15 and 17, they were kind of painful years for me, in terms of getting to know who I was, understanding myself, and taking time out to really think about what I wanted. Even the word gay made me towards religion. Very, very clearly, I was 17. Her YouTube channel, still am. She was my idol, I guess, subconsciously. And I remember she had tweeted, called it Shelley Wright Comes Out. Anyway, I clicked on the link, and by the end of the video, her sexuality. I clicked on the link.
Okay, yeah, listen to this.
Of the video, Shelley Wright spoke about her sexuality and how terrified she was about coming out, and she...
Terrified. Keyword, we all are.
She spoke about how she was suicidal, and by the end of...
Suicidal. A lot of us are suicidal because we're terrified, and we just don't want to live in that fear anymore. And I'm speaking from personal experience.
Video, I was in floods of tears, obviously, and I remember very specifically Shelley Wright saying, "There is a girl or boy out there, age 17, who could be watching this video, and I want them to know that they're not alone." A few weeks later, I met Kaylin. I had found someone else who accepted me, that I came out to my friends. I was with it was getting up to midnight. We live in the middle of nowhere, by the way. We live in at midnight, all these millions. It was completely unexpected, and I was not planning to go home. Just in case, it backfired, and my parents wanted to kick me out. And then now that my parents could never do that, and I'm very, very blessed to have such amazing parents. But in my head, I was thinking about all the possibilities, and that was one of them. So I moved away to university in September 2011, and Kaden and I had both been talking about me coming out, because obviously now Kaden was out and her parents knew about me. The pressure was, we were with each other, Lucy, that you will come out. So I was going to tell them on Skype, which was fair enough, but I chickened out. My parents were busy that evening anyway. They were out somewhere, I remember. So I decided to send them an email. I think that was a good compromise, emailing them, because it wasn't going to be face-to-face confrontation, which has never really been my thing. I'm quite introverted and shy sometimes, and it was such a big deal to me that I thought email was quite safe. And I know to some people that would seem like a cop-out, you know, not doing it face-to-face, but I felt comfortable with that, and I think it's important beyond anything that it was me who made that decision, not anybody else. So I started drafting out an email a few weeks before the actual date, just so I could, you know, mull it over and think about what I wanted to say and stuff. And I actually went on Google, and I was just looking at other emails that other people had sent, so I could kind of take inspiration, I guess, and look at how other people had dealt with the topic and how they'd said it. And I was copying and pasting bits that I liked and kind of taking inspiration from that and writing my own coming out letter based on those things. And it was really, really helpful for me, because it made me feel like I wasn't alone, firstly, because obviously...
See, it made her think that she's not alone. And we aren't, but we feel like we are in distress. I know it's stupid, okay, I'm just going to shut up.
Hundreds of other people had done the same thing as me. And it was just nice to see how other people had done what I was doing. So that was really helpful for me. Anyway, I finished my email, and I sent the email on the evening of October 14th. I've always been the type of person who reads back over emails obsessively to make sure I made no spelling mistakes and stuff. So naturally, I went back over the email to read it, and it was all fine, and I scrolled right down to the very bottom, and then my heart stopped, because, like I said before, I'd been copying and pasting bits of email that I liked, to take inspiration from when writing my own email, and I had left a sentence that someone else had written in the actual email by mistake, and it said, "I hope you will always love me, Mom and Dad." It was American. "Love from your son, Ed." Needless to say, I was distraught, and I was sobbing for most of the night because I thought it ruined my life. I was 100% sure that my parents were going to read the email and think that I was, you know, schizophrenic, and that I wanted to be called Ed now, and that I was going to change gender. And Kaden was on Skype the whole time, and she told me to calm down, and she told me that it was going to be okay. And rest assured, the next morning I got an email from both my parents, and it was the best email I have ever read. They were absolutely wonderful.
They were wonderful. You know, I'm going to shut up now and let you listen.
They were supportive, and they said they loved me. And they didn't mention Ed. My parents have always been very tactful, and that was it. They knew who I was. They knew I was gay. They knew I had a girlfriend, and they loved me. And I think that's really all I could ask of them. And to this day, I appreciate how lovely they have been about this whole thing. And I can only hope that I can repay them by making them proud of me. I want to show them how happy Kaylin makes me and how perfect she is, and I guess I'm just really, really lucky. So that's why if you hear Ed referenced anywhere, I know Ed was referenced in me and Kaylin's April 2012 video.
Her parents loved her.
If Ed is referenced...
A lot of people... She was terrified, but her parents accepted her. I'll try to keep this under, I don't know, like 32 minutes. So yeah, this is Michael. If you like this video, I know it's a bit long, please like it, give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe. See if I can't get at least, I don't know, 10. That's my only goal. I don't care if I get, I don't know, 300, 5,000, 10 million. I don't care. I just want 100. That is my goal. Just 100 subscribers. So, yeah. And this is me. I'm signing off. If I can. Oh, there's a stop button. Okay. See ya.